We're seeing deployed assets now from a lot of states. I know we've got 28, for instance, search and rescue teams and task forces from I think 16 different states, all sending down their support to Texas. That's a pretty large activation. In fact, I believe that that's the first time we've activated all the task forces since 9/11. So this is a all hands on deck operation, and it's not just a federal one. There are state and local officials from all walks, even from Pennsylvania, where I'm from. There are people now addressing this problem by getting their hands dirty and going right down to Texas to help. So we want to stop and say thank you to them for that. And then, if I can move to the nation, many of you are watching this and you want to hear from us what we're doing. I want to make sure you understand that you should continue to have confidence in what we're doing as a government. There are significant commodity numbers and numbers of personnel and material moving into this affected region, and it's an increasing number every day as we move forward. Life-saving and life-sustaining operations are still underway. We've seen some hospitals suffer some damage in Beaumont. Most of you that are tracking the event have seen that. The DOD and the HHS officials responsible for coordinating the federal response here are actively figuring out and deploying resources to help move those patients to better definitive care locations. So we will see probably upwards of 7,000 estimated patients moved into better and safer definitive care hospitals elsewhere in Texas, and we'll see that happen expeditiously, and I'm quite comfortable with where those operations stand. As we look into it, these are estimates at this point, but it looks like round about 100,000 affected homes. That's a big number. We're going to have 100,000 affected homes, all with different degrees of insurance, some with flood insurance, some underinsured, some uninsured. We'll have to address those on a case-by-case basis as we move forward, but I want to put a scope and magnitude on this. We're also going to have damage to publicly owned infrastructure, and I'm not worried at all that we don't have the money right now for the operations underway and the operations that we foresee in the next month. So the core operating function at FEMA is going to be well funded under the President's proposal. The Disaster Relief Fund, which really provides the money for these events that you don't plan for but that you prepare for, those things will be all well funded through that disaster relief fund. But what you will see are responsible proposals in the President's budget for reduction in some Homeland Security grants. Those grants, I was around for their creation. Those grants were never meant to be permanent. And what we need to do is reduce state and local dependency on some of that federal money, but we need to do it in a responsible way. So it's a little wonky, but you'll see not just a request for a cut in money in the budget that the President put forward, but you'll see some additional details that allow the states to responsibly develop a glide path to get off of those grants and their dependence on them over a period of 4 or 5 years or so.